Welcome students to physics class today. Today in physics we are going to see with chapter 3 magnetism and magnetic effects of electric current. So in this chapter fully we are going to see only with magnets and what are the effects. Okay. First let us see with what is geomagnetism. So what is meant by geomagnetism is it is the branch of physics which deals with the Earth's magnetic field. Okay, so it is the branch of physics which deals with the Earth's magnetic field. So that is called as a geomagnetism. The other word you can say is the terrestrial magnetism. Okay, geomagnetism or the terrestrial magnetism. So the branch of physics which deals with the Earth's magnetic field. So mainly with the Earth's magnetic field. So Earth, since we are considering with the word Earth, we are using the word which is geo which represents the Earth. Okay, so clear? There are three quantities which are used to specify the magnetic field. Okay, that quantities are called as elements of Earth's magnetic field. The three quantities which specify the magnetic field that are called as elements. So basic elements. Okay. So what are the three quantities which specify the Earth's magnetic field? Is first one is magnetic declination, magnetic dip or inclination. Next is horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. These are the three quantities which specify the Earth's magnetic field. They are magnetic declination, magnetic dip or inclination, then horizontal component of Earth's magnetic field. We'll just see this one by one. So when you see here, this is the earth we are considering. The earth has the north and the south pole. So this is the south pole for the earth. But when you are considering the magnet, so this is a magnet we are considering, and this magnet also has a north and the south pole. So this is a south pole for the magnet. So this is a magnetic south pole and this is said to be the true south pole. So what is the true south pole? Is the south pole of the earth. Okay, so all the things we are going to consider only with the help of the earth. So magnet வந்து நம்ம என்ன பண்ண போறோம்னா, we are going to consider the earth. With the help of the earth we are going to compare and we'll just see with all these terms, that is declination, inclination and all that. Okay, first we'll just see with same way. When you are considering at the poles, we are going to consider the same equations for BH and BV. BH is equal to BE into cos I, BV is equal to BE into sin I. But here the angle of I is equal to 90. Why it is I is equal to 90 is here it is perpendicular, and so BH is equal to BE into cos 90 and BV is equal to BE into sin 90. What is the value of cos 90? Is 0, and so BH is equal to 0. Okay, and what is the value of sin 90? Sin 90, that is equal to 1, and so BV is equal to BE. So we can say that BH, H is what? The horizontal component. So the horizontal component is 0 and the vertical component is maximum. So at the poles we are considering here. Okay, but before condition is at the equator. The only difference is at the equator, before this we have considered I to be equal to 0. Now at the poles I is equal to 90 degrees. So this is the only difference what we did. Okay, at the equator and at the poles. Yes, clear? So these are all the basic ones. Next is magnetic dipole moment. This is a very important topic. For this magnetic dipole moment, let us consider this to be the magnet. So this magnet has south as well as a north pole. The center one is represented by the letter O. Now let us consider QM here. So what is this QM is? That is said to be the pole strength. Okay, and this full length we are measuring as 12, and so half the length we are measuring as L. Okay, first QM be the pole strength. So this is a QM. That QM we are denoting as pole strength, and I be the distance between the geometrical center and one end of the pole. So this is the geometrical center. Center is the middle point, is it not? So this center and one end can be either one end. Okay, so in the center in the end கான distance தான் என்னது, that is L. Okay, so L be the distance between the center and one end of the pole. Next QM is the pole strength. So QM, that is said to be the pole strength. Yes, clear? Next, let us consider the magnetic dipole moment. So how you write this magnetic dipole moment using this is, the magnetic dipole moment is defined as a product of, so எதையும் product பண்றாங்கன்னா pole strength and the magnetic length. So what is the magnetic length here? 2L. And what is the pole strength here? QM. So QM and 2L, if you are going to product, so product is if you are going to multiply, that gives your magnetic dipole moment, and that is a vector quantity. Okay, so the magnetic dipole moment is defined as a product of pole strength and the magnetic length. So in the pole strength to magnetic length to product means if you multiply, that gives you magnetic dipole moment. Yes, clear this? This is a very important topic, magnetic dipole moment. So next we'll just write with the equation for this magnetic dipole moment. It is denoted by, so how we are denoting this magnetic dipole moment is P of M. Okay, that Pm is equal to Qm into D, where D denotes the value of 2L. I told you already that we'll be writing the product of the magnetic pole strength into the distance. So distance is 2L. Here instead of this 2L, it is written as D, and so Pm is equal to Qm into D. D is a vector, and so we can also write this as 2 into Qm into L. So this is being written here. Okay, and the SI unit of magnetic dipole moment is Am square. Okay, so the SI unit of magnetic dipole moment is Am square. Okay, clear? Next is magnetic field, that is the region or the space around the every magnet in which the space can be filled. So it is the magnet. If suppose you are considering this to be the magnet, so around this magnet, at what space, if you are able to feel with a keeping the another magnet in that region. So if you are going to keep another magnet in that region, around how much space you are able to experience with a magnetic field, that is said to be the magnetic field. Okay, and this is given by, the magnetic field is defined as the force experienced by the unit pole strength. As you know that the pole strength is represented by the letter Qm. Okay, so the force divided by the pole strength, so F divided by Qm, that gives your magnetic field. So instead of this F by Qm, one we are writing as 1 by Qm separately and F separately. Okay, and the unit of magnetic field is N a power minus 1 m power minus 1. Yes, clear with this magnetic field? Then next one is types of magnet. So what are the types of magnet is, magnets are classified into two types, mainly the natural magnets and artificial magnets. Okay, so magnets are of two types, natural and artificial. So what is the natural one is, which is naturally a magnet. Okay, that is iron, cobalt, nickel, they are all what? Natural magnets. The strength of natural magnet. So and the natural magnet or strength எப்படி இருக்கும்னு சொல்றாங்கன்னா, it is very weak. Okay, and how the shape is, the shape is also irregular, the shape will not be regular. But when you see with the artificial magnet, it has a desired shape and also strength. So strength also will be higher, but for the natural magnet it is irregular. Okay, so the for natural magnet it is irregular, and for artificial magnet it is regular. Here the strength is weak, and here you can say that the strength is high. Here the shape can be of any type, either rectangular or cylindrical. So if it is rectangular or cylindrical, that type of magnet is also called as a bar magnet. Yes, clear with this? Okay, so next is we'll just see with what are the properties of magnets. Okay, so when you are considering the magnet, and if you are going to suspend it freely, so this is a magnet, and this magnet we are going to suspend freely. So whenever you are suspending freely, what happens is, so இது என்னது, இந்த மேக்னெட்டோட north, and this is magnet's south pole. Okay, so always this north pole faces towards earth's magnetic field. Okay, so earth oda magnetic north pole enga irukko அந்த டைரக்ஷன்ல தான் இந்த north pole இருக்கும். So a freely suspended bar magnet will always point along the north south direction. So north south எந்த சைடு இருக்கோ அதே டைரக்ஷன்ல தான் சஸ்பெண்ட் ஆகும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. ஓகே, ஸோ தட் இஸ் அ ஃபர்ஸ்ட் ப்ராப்பர்ட்டி. ஓகே, தென் நெக்ஸ்ட் ஒன் இஸ் the magnets attracts another magnet. So when you see here, one magnet can attract with another magnet, and magnetic substance towards itself. The attractive force is maximum near the end. So when you are considering near the end, the attractive force is maximum than at the center. Centerல பாத்தீங்கன்னா அதோட force இருக்காது, but at the corners it has a maximum force. Okay, so when the bar magnet is dipped in the iron fillings, so இதான் இந்த bar magnet என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா இந்த iron fillings குள்ள dip பண்ணிருக்காங்க. So அப்படி dip பண்ணும்போது என்ன ஆகுது, இந்த இடத்துலலாம் it is so much crowded. So why it is crowded is, here the field is more, and so it is crowded to a larger extent. Okay, then next one is third property, when the magnet is broken into pieces. Okay, so this is a magnet. இந்த magnet என்ன பண்ணிருக்காங்கன்னா ரெண்டா break பண்ணிருக்காங்க. Okay, so it is broken into pieces. What happens is, it behaves like a magnet with the poles at its. The third one is, this is a magnet. When this magnet is broken into pieces, we are considering that this magnet is being broken into pieces like this. What happens is, this behaves as two magnets. So ரெண்டு magnet act பண்ணும். So this is a south pole and this is a north pole. இல்லையா? So here we have the south pole and this is a north pole. Okay, so எங்க கட் ஆகுதோ இந்த இடத்துல மறுபடியும் என்ன ஆகும், this becomes as a north pole, and here again this becomes as a south pole. Okay, so this fully 2L, that becomes as this to be L and this is L, but here the pole strength is also different. Okay, so it behaves like a magnet with the poles at its end. So endல எல்லாமே என்ன ஆயிடும், poles இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு சொல்லியிருக்காங்க. Okay, poles is a pole strength. Okay, clear with this? So this is a third property of this magnets. Okay, then next one is two poles of the magnets have the pole strength equal to one another. So ரெண்டு poles எடுத்துக்கிட்டோம் அப்படின்னா அந்த ரெண்டு poles எப்படி இருக்கும், ஈக்குவலா இருக்கும், அவ்வளவுதான். So this is one pole and this is other pole. How they are? They are equal. Here QM, and here also we have with QM, so they are equal. Okay, so this is the fourth property of the magnet. Okay, so clear with all this properties? Okay, then fifth one is, the length of the bar magnet is called as a geometric length, and the length between the two poles, that is called as a magnetic length. Okay, so this is a full magnet. சரியா? so இந்த full magnet ஓட length இருக்கு இல்லையா, so இங்க இருந்து இந்த லாஸ்ட் வரையும் அந்த லென்த்துக்கு பேர் என்ன சொல்றாங்கன்னா geometric length ன்னு சொல்றாங்க. ஓகே, So length of the bar magnet இது ஃபுல்லாவே பேர் என்னது geometric length. But இங்க இருக்கு இல்லையா, இங்க இருந்து இங்க வரையும் தான் என்ன இருக்கும், நம்மளுக்கு pole strength இருக்கும். So between that pole strength, if you are finding the length, that is called as what? The magnetic length. So poles-க்கு நடுவுல இருக்கிறது என்னது magnetic length, bar magnetic நடுவுல இருக்கிறது என்னது geometric length. Okay, so clear with what is geometric length and pole strength? So அப்போ இப்போ இதுதான் magnet, சரிங்களா? இந்த மேக்னெட்ல நம்மளுக்கு என்ன இருக்கு, இங்கேயும் இந்த இடத்துலயும் pole strength இருக்கு. So that pole strength is represented by the letter Qm. Here also the pole strength is represented by the letter Qm. Okay, so இப்போ என்ன பண்றாங்கன்னா இந்த லாஸ்ட்ல இருந்து இந்த லாஸ்ட் வரையும், so between this two, if you are going to measure, that is equal to what? The geometric length that we are representing as capital L. Okay, now here to here, so this is equal to what? The magnetic length. That magnetic length is represented by the letter 2L. So இப்போ பாத்தீங்கன்னா இங்க இருக்கு capital L, ஓகேவா? பட் இங்க இருக்கிறது தான் என்னது small l. So எப்பவுமே எப்படி இருக்கு, இந்த geometric length it is always greater than the magnetic length அப்படின்னு சொல்லாங்களா? Okay, so that is what will be written in the next one, that is the geometric length is always greater than the magnetic length. Okay, so we'll just see with that. Next point is magnetic length is always smaller than the geometric length. So if you consider the ratio of that, that is given by 5 by 6, just it is just an approximate value. If you divide that, you will get 0.833. Okay, so this is just about the magnet, properties of magnet. Okay, so clear with all this? Yes. So next we are going to see with magnetic field lines. So long we have seen what are the properties of magnet. Now we are going to see with the properties of magnetic field lines. So the magnetic field lines எப்படி எப்படிலாம் இருக்கும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, the magnetic field lines are continuous closed curves. So இங்க பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, and see here also, they are all always what? Closed curves. So it behaves as a curve. So ஒரு curve மாதிரி இருக்கும். Okay, so like this it goes. Okay, same way here also when you see, it goes as a curve. So they are all continuous closed curves. And how the direction is? The direction of the magnetic field is from north pole to south pole. Okay, this is outside the magnet. Outside the magnet, it always moves from north pole to south pole. But inside the magnet, it moves from south pole to north pole, which is inside the magnet. So inside magnet, it moves from south pole to north pole. Okay, so these are the first properties. So magnetic field lines are continuous closed curves, and the direction is from north pole to south pole outside the magnet, and south pole to north pole inside the magnet. Then second property is they are the direction of the magnetic field at any point is given by the tangent. Okay, so when you see here, so this is a magnet, we don't know how the direction is it not? And so we are drawing with a tangent here. So what are all the tangent here is P, Q and R. So see here, this is P, this is Q, and this is R. So that are all what? They are the tangent. Tangent means the any exterior line. So that gives your direction. So direction of magnetic field is known by drawing the tangent to the magnetic lines of force. Okay, so if you are drawing the line to the magnetic lines, that gives your direction. Direction is found by drawing the tangent. Yes, clear? Then next is the third property, which is magnetic field lines never intersect. So when you see here, it is a closed curve. First நம்ம என்ன பார்த்துட்டோம், they are all closed curves அப்படின்னு பார்த்தோம். But it will move such that it never intersects. So இங்க இருந்து இங்க போகும்போதும் சரி, when it is moving like this, it never intersects with each other. Okay, magnetic lines never intersect. That is the third point. Okay, so clear. Then the fourth point what we are going to see is the degree of closeness determines the relative strength of the magnetic field. So how close the magnet is, that is given by the strength of the magnet. So relative strength of the magnetic field. So when you see here, the magnetic field is strong. So when it is strong, where the magnetic lines are crowded. So see here, here fully the magnetic lines are crowded, and so here the magnetic field will be strong, and it is weak where it is weak, where it is thinned out. So here all it is weak. Why? Because it is all thinned out. Okay, so this is a fourth property of the magnet. So that is the degree of closeness of the magnetic field determines the relative strength. So it is where it is strong, they are crowded, and where it is weak, they are spaced out. Okay, so this is a fourth property of the magnetic field lines. So these are all the properties of magnetic field lines. Okay, so clear with all these properties. The first property we have seen here is, the first one is the magnetic field lines are continuous closed curves. Okay, so this is the first one, they are continuous closed curves. Then second one is the direction of the magnetic field is given by the tangent. Then the third one is they never intersect each other. Then fourth one is degree of closeness, it determines the relative strength. Okay, so these are all the general properties of the magnetic field lines. Okay, then next one is magnetic flux. So what is meant by a magnetic flux is, always whenever we are considering with this term flux, we have to consider the number of, so number of lines. So number of what lines? Since we are considering magnetic, we are considering the magnetic field lines which is crossing per unit area. So through the unit area, how many number of lines are crossing? If you calculate it, that gives your magnetic flux. So see here, so this is one area and this is the other area. Through this, so many lines are crossing. So when you see here, so many lines are crossing over this. So when you count those numbers, that denotes your magnetic flux, and that magnetic flux is generally represented by the letter phi, and that phi is equal to B dot A. Okay, whenever we are writing with dot, we'll be writing with a cross product, and so cos, so we'll write B dot A is equal to BA into cos theta. Okay, so clear with this term magnetic flux. So magnetic flux is nothing but the number of magnetic lines crossing per unit area. Then next one is the magnetic flux density. So what is meant by magnetic flux density is the number of lines but crossing which is kept normal to the direction. When we are considering the normal to the direction, so same definition, the number of magnetic lines crossing the unit area, but here it is kept normal to the direction, that is called as a magnetic flux density. Its unit is Weber m power minus 2, or the other unit you can say it as Tesla. Okay, so this is the unit of magnetic flux density. So clear with what is magnetic flux and magnetic flux density. Magnetic flux will be considering only with the magnetic lines. Magnetic flux density will be considering also with a normal direction. Okay, normal, which means perpendicular direction. Okay, then the last topic which we are going to see today is the difference between the uniform and non-uniform magnetic field. Okay, so what is this uniform and non-uniform magnetic field is? We are considering the uniform magnetic field. Here the lines are uniform, say they move in the continuous one. We can say that it has a same magnitude. Magnitude is the value. So when you see here, the lines are all same value. Okay, and also same direction, that are said to be the uniform magnetic field. So these are all the uniform magnetic field. But when you see in the non-uniform, it is magnitude and the direction varies. Okay, so when you see here, this is a thick line, whereas here is a thin line, and same way, see with the space between them, it also differs. Here also, this is not moving in the uniform straight way. So this all comes under the non-uniform magnetic field. Yes, so clear with all the topics which you have seen today. So this is just an introduction about the magnet. So what are all we have seen today is the first we have seen with the magnetic field. So horizontal component and the vertical component, what happens at the magnetic equator and the poles, then properties of magnet and also the properties of magnetic lines and the magnetic flux and flux density, and the last we have seen the uniform and non-uniform magnetic field. Yes, make thorough with all these topics because these are all the basic for this lesson. Okay, thank you.